So, most self-improvement advice out there is all about taking baby steps, right? Like, just focus on being 1% better every day. Slow and steady wins the race. And sure, that sounds great, even comforting. But let's be real. It's not going to blow your life up in a good way. It's not going to transform you into the person you secretly dream of becoming. Think about it. How much have you actually changed over the past 6 months? I'll tell you my story. I spent 2 solid years grinding away at this self-improvement stuff. Meditation, journaling, working out, you name it. And you know what? After all that, I was still me. The same person with a few more healthy habits checked off on a to-do list. Was I better? Technically, yeah. But was I different? Nah, not really. That was a tough pill to swallow. See, there's this sneaky thing holding most of us back. It's not laziness or lack of willpower. It's our own negative self-image. That little voice in your head that whispers, "You're not good enough," or "You're weird," or "Who are you kidding? You'll never make it." You know the one. It's like this invisible bully, and it's been hanging out rent-free in your brain for years. And the worst part? It's built from all the crap you've been through. Those awkward social moments, times you procrastinated, times you failed. All those memories pile up into this ugly story you keep telling yourself about who you are. It's not even true, but it feels true because it's been on repeat for so long. That's the thing. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. They all feed that inner voice. And until you deal with it, it's going to keep sabotaging you. So here's the question. How do you kill that voice? How do you destroy the person you think you are so you can become the person you're meant to be? Here's what I did. I started hanging out with my thoughts. Like seriously, no distractions, no phone. Just me and my brain, figuring out what the hell was going on in there. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. I spent hours imagining what my worst possible life could look like. I called it my personal hell. It was brutal, but also kind of enlightening. Picture this. No family. Everyone hates me, and they have good reasons for it. I've wasted my entire life putting things off, chasing temporary pleasures and ignoring what really matters. I'm addicted to stuff that doesn't serve me. I'm lonely. I'm in pain. I'm directionless. And I know, deep down, that it's all my fault. Yeah, it sucked to think about. But here's the twist. When I faced my personal hell, it showed me exactly what I didn't want. And from there, I could figure out what I did want. A great life, by my definition, is just the opposite of my personal hell. Simple, right? But also kind of profound. This realization hit me hard. If I wanted to avoid my worst-case scenario, I had to stop lying to myself. No more pretending everything's fine when it's not. No more hiding from the truth. I had to get radically honest, even when it hurt, especially when it hurt. And look, I won't lie to you. It was rough at first. Admitting all the ways I'd messed up, all the things I'd been avoiding. That's not fun. But it was necessary. Because once I started peeling back the layers, I realized something wild. Most of the stuff I believed about myself wasn't even true. It was just noise, old programming, stories I'd been telling myself since forever. Here's an example. I used to think I was bad at relationships because of a few failed ones in the past. But when I dug deeper, I realized I wasn't bad at relationships. I was just scared of getting hurt. That fear was running the show, not some inherent flaw in me. When I saw it for what it was, I could start working on it. The thing is, your brain loves to create these stories. It takes a couple of bad experiences and builds a whole narrative around them. But most of those stories, they're straight up lies. Once you start noticing them, it's like turning on a light in a messy room. At first, it's overwhelming. So much clutter everywhere. But then you start cleaning up, bit by bit. Here's a rule I started living by. Stop saying things that make you weak. It's not about pretending you're super strong or perfect. It's about cutting out the crap that drags you down. The self-doubt, the excuses, the lies you tell yourself to stay comfortable. Pay attention to the words you use and the thoughts you entertain. You'd be surprised how much nonsense you've been carrying around. It's like this. If your mind is a map and that map doesn't match reality, you're going to get lost. Period. You can't bend reality to fit your map. It'll snap back and hit you in the face. So fix the map. Get honest about where you are and where you want to go. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Here's the deal. If you want to create a new version of yourself, you have to let the old one die. It's scary, but it's also freeing. Think of it like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Painful, sure, but the alternative, staying stuck, is way worse. So here's what I want you to do. Sometime in the next month, take a long walk. No phone, no music, just you and your thoughts. Start thinking about your personal hell. What does it look like? What are the habits and choices that would lead you there? Write it all down. It's gonna suck, but it's also gonna light a fire under you. Because when you see where you could end up, the pain of staying the same becomes way bigger than the pain of changing. And when you're ready, start burning off the dead wood. Call out the lies you've been telling yourself. Face the uncomfortable truths. Yeah, it's hard. But it's also how you grow. Because here's the truth. The answers you're looking for aren't out there. They're not in some course or book or YouTube video. They're inside you. Always have been. The real question is, are you brave enough to look? That's it. That's the vibe. Take it or leave it, but if you're still here, I think you know what to do.